450.
All right. I think we've got a good connection.
Airspeed 827, cross light us at 4,600 or above, clear North Ave Zulu, 09 approach. Alright, light us at 4,600 or above, clear for the NS Zulu, 09 approach, airspeed 827. Roger.
So, there we go. Yeah. We are currently live, looks like. Yep, that works. We have the international arrivals turned on right now, so I'm gonna bring open flight radar or something. Do a quick screen capture. Let's go to studio mode, composite mode, macOS screen properties, Retina display. Sweet. All right. So, we have... I'm going to move some of these windows around so we can actually see stuff. But, as people have noted, the goose, or the Mars is not showing up.
Victoria departure, Pascal 1145, climbing through 1,000 for 3,000 on 25 departure. Pascal 1145, Victoria terminal radar identifying climb 6,000. Climb 6,000, Pascal 1145.
Let's have a few of these guys open, just to see what I can get. How long till it takes off? So it's actually already in the air, but nobody's quite sure where it is, mostly because they promised it would have ADS-B, and it just doesn't. Which happens. Pop out chat. There we go. So what we're doing here... Oh, come on. There we go. So what we're doing is we're going to take a look, see if we can find it here on Flight Radar.
Romeo, when ready, descend to 3,000. Down to 3,000. Romeo, Papa Romeo.
That's not it. So Flight Radar, people are saying to check...
610, Victoria Terminal Harbor, altimeter 29er, kilo.
Guess maybe this guy? Qualicum Beach? Kodiak? Oh, here it is, the Goose. So this is, there's a Goose cruising along. November 29... So they were saying November 39 Foxtrot Golf was following them. So Campbell River a few minutes ago.
45 Golf with Manning now, contact Victoria Terminal 1327.
So up here.
327, Oscar 1145, turn left, heading 280, vectors Cassie. Left 280.
There's a couple of Pilatuses up there doing their thing. These might be camera gear. Mars is a live chat from the BC Aviation Museum. People reporting when it flies over their heads. Ah, yep, that makes sense.
Romeo, not low 3,000 to release time. Victoria Tower, contact them now, 1191. 1191. Romeo, Papa Romeo. Oscar 1145, climb 16,000. Climb 16,000, Oscar 1145.
Oh my god, where are we? There we go. Main. Planes coming in.
Victoria Terminal, afternoon, high request 612, 12.
Did some of my connection.
Climbing out of Victoria about 4, Vancouver, high level.
And I think we're back. Alright, cool. Sorry. That's what happens sometimes. That looks a little overboosted. I'm going to adjust some colors on that.
Express 612, thanks. Radar identified. Victoria's altimeter 2996. 2996 for Harbor Express 612.
Alright.
Airspeed 827, contact Victoria Tower now, 1197. 927, Airspeed 827. Good day.
Composites. There we go. Alright. So I think these Pilatuses are, because people are saying Campbell River. Chances are the Pilatuses are following it, but it could be November 39 Foxtrot Golf. It's flying along with it. This is a Kodiak. Coming in doing some circles. 30 minutes ago, down to Powell River. That makes more sense. So that was over here. And then they said he was following November 39 Foxtrot Golf, which makes sense for this here. So let's see. So ADSB exchange. We're going to check flight aware. Because they all have different antennas. Now remember, in Canada, we don't have ADSB up here. So the ADSB that we get is just kind of incidental for what people have. Flight tracking. This is something we use flight aware. Real time, there we go.
Jazz 161, cleared good approach now for only 09 to 3,000 feet, still established on final pass west of the Victoria View Arc. Jazz 161, thanks, start pulling back speed there as able as well, please.
Yeah, they pretty much have the same coverage. So in America, you guys are lucky in that you guys have, what do you call it? You guys have the Swim network, which feeds data into a lot of these guys, and then they're up to them to feed it, to filter it. ADSB Exchange is one of the few that doesn't do that. They don't filter anything. That means they also don't get all the same coverage, so you have to pretty much set up their own coverage. Which, you know, fair enough, it works. But it means they're not legally required to filter anything.
Victoria, Pasco 1610, 15,000 direct while right there. Pasco 1610, Victoria Terminal, the altimeter 2996, and
so I think it's over Qualicum Beach right now.
Able to direct view it. I would check Jackson 5 and clear direct view, Pasco 1610. Pasco 1610, thanks, descent 11,000. Descent 11,000, Pasco 1610. Jazz 161, keep your base leg square from there, please. Jazz 161, pull back there just a little bit more as you're able. I'll go up the tower momentarily.
Now one thing I can do, I'm going to go grab another HDMI cable. So it'll make my life a little bit easier to switch back and forth. Not that cable.
Let's go 1610, have it confirm after Buick, it'll be the Duxton 5 arrival. Affirmative after Buick, it'll be the Duxton 5 arrival, after 1610. Thank you.
All right. Switch you guys over to where is my mouse?
Pasco 1610, descend 7000. 7000, Pasco 1610. Tower Express 610, can watch for 737 traffic just departing runway 09, climbing to 3000 initially. Okay, 67, looking for traffic.
So I'm just changing my screen configuration so I can actually see things.
Tower Express 612, we're looking as well. Contact, 610. Thank you.
Alright. macOS. Display capture. That one. Much better. It's a lot of text, yeah. So we figure it is going to be somewhere over here. Figure it's over Parksville, Qualicum Beach. I'm going to grab some of this stuff, like the... you know what, the radio can stay over there. This one, though, this needs to come over here.
Express 610, you are past on traffic now, no factor parade, descent approved, half below 3 till Elk Lake. Half below 3 till Elk Lake, express 610.
Sometimes I don't even know what I've got open.
Channel terminate my radar service as well, contact Harbor Radio 12745. 3745, 610. Yeah, Cooper, Flare 666, passing 1,200 climbs.
Yes.
Flare 668, Victory.
Goose is 39, Foxtrot Golf. Now, the Snowbirds, my understanding is they don't have ADS-B either.
Flare 668, traffic at your 11 o'clock, 5 miles northbound, 3,500, Cisco Otter. For you, passing 4,500 feet, clear direct walk, come on course. Clear check marks and direct one come on course, Flare 668. Flare 668, confirm passing 4,500, direct walk. Passing 4,500, direct walk, come Flare 668. Thank you. Approaching out of 3369, 172, descending 10,000 with Mike. Out of 3369, Victoria Terminal, the altimeter 2996. It is Mike, and finding the RNAV Zulu today or a visual? 2996 and the RNAV Zulu for runway 9, out of 3369. Out of 3369, you can expect that. Confirm your direct line is not the time. We are direct line, it's now 3369. Thank you. Flare 668, you can start your turn direct block come down. Direct block come down, Flare 668.
We do have a bunch of...
612, 37
right here at the airport. So we've got a bunch of these little guys. Cessnas are coming in, there's been flare. Hey.
Flare 668, contact Vancouver Center 13532. 3532, Flare 668. Pasco 1610, descend 5,000.
Quite sure where the frame rate's way off. We should be 30 frames a second. I think we are. Did the Mars crash? No, it's fine. It's out there. Someone just said Union Bay about 10 minutes ago. So it is... That goose is cruising now. So someone said Union Bay just a few minutes ago. Which I don't know where Union Bay is. Cruise altitude 300 feet. That'd hurt the ADSB reception.
Okay, it was 3369, cross line us at 4,600 or above, cleared RNAV to the 09 approach. Okay, 6,000 at light at or above, cleared for the RNAV Zulu, runway 9 approach, that was 3369. That was 3369, that was cross line us at 4,600 or above, the rest is correct. 4,600 or above, I apologize, the rest was correct, that was 3669. Thank you.
So the radio right now, I'll show you exactly what we're listening to. If I go over here. So the radio we're actually listening to is it's like a composite radio. And it'll lets me basically pick whichever radio frequency. So we can see right now, there's not a whole lot. Oh, there's something going on. This is...
Sierra Delta Zulu, clear to land, runway 09 short. Clear to land 09, Sierra Delta Zulu. Kilo Mike Yankee, that's just off your right now. I got traffic, Kilo Mike Yankee.
So this is the tower right now.
Right now, so you're going to right down runway 09 and you can descend down to 1,000 feet.
Going to right down to 1,000, Romeo Papa Romeo.
So if we look,
Your base turn.
Romeo Papa Romeo.
that is going to be this guy right up here.
November Romeo Golf, get squared off down to the threshold, runway 09, maintain 1,500.
Maintaining 1,500, squaring off to the threshold now, November Romeo Golf.
So that's what's going on there. And of course, I didn't switch over to the other input. All right, so you'd miss that. Abbotsford. That's where they were for the air show. Yes, it was. Let me see. Let me see if we can find them here. I don't think they have...
Romeo, Papa Romeo, turn base now.
I don't think they have ADSB on them. So I've tried to look it up before, and every time I look, I can't find anything, and I just Google around, and people say, oh yeah, they don't have ADSB because they're military.
172 inside, November Romeo Golf.
Romeo Golf, thanks. Descent is at your discretion.
Copy my descent, November Romeo Golf.
Sierra Delta 2, if you could exit there, please, on runway 14, ground 121.
It's that goose. IRL and Campbell River, yes. So that's that November 39 Foxtrot Golf.
Airline 09, Kilo Mike Yankee.
So that's not the Mars, but that's a plane that's following along with it.
November Echo.
Romeo Golf, how do you feel about an approach to runway 14, a right base onto runway 14? I've got a 37 that needs to depart quickly here.
Right base 14, Wilco, November Echo. Position.
Just make a left turn. The wind is 120, like 14 knots. Cross suits you a little bit better than the 09 landing. So left turn for a right base onto runway 14.
Copy, joining right base 14, copy Jack, November Echo.
Kilo Mike Yankee, no delay down to Sierra.
Yeah, so that's going to be our little private guy.
Romeo, Papa Romeo, set up for a longer field landing, please. You're clear to land, runway 09 shortened.
Set for long field, 09.
There he is.
WestJet 462, while waiting, I'm going to amend your SID, climb heading 060 down to the Silvertown change.
I got to see the at Oshkosh. Yeah, I was at the time. She was there in what, 2016. I have a friend. He sent me a pile of footage of various footage of pictures he took, all kinds of stuff because he saw it back then. He said it was absolutely amazing.
3369 Arnhem Zulu runway 9. WestJet 462 at Golf, backtrack, line up, runway 09.
Look at these people.
Not too much delay.
Imagine the view they're going to be getting.
That's Golf, we will backtrack to line up runway 09.
Thank you.
Oh, similar flight class.
Romeo
A couple low pass before it carried on. Yeah,
21, contact ground, 12191 off.
that makes a lot of sense.
November Romeo Golf, you can make it direct to the threshold now, please. Your line.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine the people who are in the Goose right now, checking things out, looking out.
Reduce the final approach for me, that'd be fantastic, thanks. Runway 09, wind 120 at 12, now gusting 17. The altimeter is 2906. Okay, runway 9, cleared to land and reduce the final approach speed. That was 3369. Roger, thanks. November Romeo Golf, I'd like you to keep it airborne as long as you can. Pass runway 09 if able for the longer landing, runway 14. Wind 12012, gusting to 17. Cleared to land, runway 14.
Clear to land 14.
Ah, webcam Nanaimo.
Air is until Boston, November.
Let me see if we can find it.
Skywood 3369, your landing clearance will be inside 2 to 3 miles for departing 757. Roger, Skywood 3369.
Featured.
WestJet 462, 1 to land, runway 14 before we get you going. I'll have your departure clearance shortly.
WestJet 462.
Tango into Foxtrot, turn southbound, descend at your discretion, caution turbulence behind the Embraer 175. Tango into Fox, matter of fact, you can turn direct at the threshold if you like and further descent at your discretion. Tango in the Foxtrot, you can take it right to the threshold from there on the angled approach.
Okay, that's not an active one.
Tower, wind check. WestJet 462, departure frequency 125.95.
West, northeast. Let's try this. Oh, these are photos.
Wind check. Wind is 12012, gusting 17.
I'm just literally just trying to find any webcams. Someone said there's one on YouTube.
Skyward 3369, wind 12012, gusting 17.
I have enough bandwidth, I think, to barely do it.
Clear to land, 09 short, Skyward 3369.
Webcam. Waterfront Suites and Marina.
Delta Foxtrot Lima Bravo Victoria Tower, thanks. You can turn towards Deep Cove to follow this Cessna. Just keep it a bit mid-inlet if you would on the base flag. Base. Not below 1,500 for now.
Where'd our goose go?
Lima, Fox Lima Bravo, thanks. You've got about 30 knots on it now.
Our goose has disappeared. Ah, yep, that's one I just found here. So let's see if we can see it on their webcam. There's 7 people watching right now. Oh, comments are turned off. Oh, you guys don't have a sense of humor. I would say everybody should descend on it and just like compliment everybody's boat. Just like, man, that's a nice boat. I like that boat. Just don't comments.
Which is your next right turn. Contact ground 12.9 off. Talking to the turret.
I'm going to shrink this down just a little bit so that I can get you guys. So I can see what you guys are.
Foxtrot the Bravo, space is great, thanks. Tango in the Foxtrot, clear to land on the 09 short. And Tango in the Fox, wind check to 120, 13 knots. It has been gusting, not currently, but gusting up to 17.
Goose is back. Looks like it. There it is. So where are these waterfront suites? Presumably it's along here somewhere. Which means we could be at any second. Goose is the chase plane, yep.
At your discretion.
Yes, this would be the same one that Kermit Weeks flew. North Nanaimo. So, with any luck, we should be able to see them at this waterfront. So it looks like it's looking in the right direction. I'm just going to double check my power situation, because I am running this entirely off battery. We're 90%. We're good. We got 15 more hours. I don't think it has that much fuel on board, so I think we're good.
Tango in the Fox, next rate at runway 21, contact ground 121.91 off. Tango in the Fox, someone behind you there, so not too much on the runway, please. From Fox in the Bravo, traffic exiting midfield, wind 110 at 13 knots, clear to land on runway 09 short.
Link up right now, Mars and Snowbirds. Ah! So I thought they were doing that over, what was it, Comox? Oh. They might fly right directly over top of this camera.
Golf off the back to Cherry Tower, clear to the left base, runway 09, descend at your discretion.
There it is. There it is. It's our first look of the plane. And there's its chase plane. That's the Goose. Right up along behind it. Looks like it's coming around to do a second pass. Beautiful.
Fox Lima Bravo, next right turn, runway 21, contact ground 121.91.
Finally eyed on the goose too. Yeah.
Hotel November Kilo at Kilo, line up runway 09.
So they're just back over here behind the trees.
Hotel November Kilo, wind 12012, gusting 17, right-hand circuit, clear for takeoff from Kilo, good for takeoff on 09. Golf Pop, Quebec, say again.
I was like, why is my phone not charging? So I plugged a USB-C cable into a USB-A port. Didn't even realize. Some days I'm a genius. Today is not today. I'm gonna sing a low pass, be so quiet, I know. Yeah, they have no audio on that webcam. Makes sense. It's a friend of mine has a boat in a marina, not around here, but out in, I think it's Quebec. And he explicitly picked his marina because they had security, including security cameras that he could log into and check remotely, so just see if his boat's still there. Departure bay live webcam. All right. Departure bay. Might have missed it, but yeah, the big old radial engines. It's it makes so much sense though that they could re-engine the thing, but the problem is they still have to make parts, and making parts for an airplane that's slowly, all airplanes are slowly breaking down, and you have to just remanufacture new stuff. At some point, it just doesn't make sense. Even though they can get 4 times as much water on a fire as they can with their 737s, it's just too expensive to keep it flying. Second pass imminent.
Quebec, thanks. After the touch and go, it will be the Shawnigan Lake departure up to 2,500 definitely requested. Sure. Golf Pop Quebec, turn southbound on the base leg now, please.
I should just have both of these things open.
Hotel November Kilo 10-1 rate, full stop to 09, please.
Hotel November Kilo, thanks. You're following the assessment traffic on the left base. Let me know when you have an insight.
Hotel November Kilo, looking for assessment traffic.
This is a view of what I'm seeing. This is what Patricia Bay, I think they call it. I had to find a perfect spot here overnight and just hunker down because I knew someone would take it. I got back today and most spots were taken. I was like, good thing. On the right, the black spot.
Hotel November Kilo, can you give me an update on that assessment traffic?
Hotel November Kilo, immediately off your right to dive by 1 mile.
Hotel November Kilo, what's the traffic?
Hotel November Kilo.
Mara's on 80 speed exchange. All right, that's fine.
Check number 2, Hotel November Kilo.
Golf Pop Quebec, after the touch and go, right turn into Peshawnigan departure, winds at 110, 13 knots, clear touch and go, runway 09 short.
Here we go. There she is. The departure bay one might actually have stuff for us. So what I'm going to do... Yeah, politics probably did play a bit of a part as well. You got to remember that Coulson, there's no money to be made in fighting fires. It's all about, you know, the government is effectively paying you to put out the fires. So, of course, when the government pays you to do something, there's politics involved, and for better or for worse.
X-ray Tango Zulu, Victoria Tower, direct approach to runway 0, descend to your discretion.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome to see it. Excited to see it fly with the Snowbirds. That's gonna be real cool. I don't know if we're going to get much more out of the webcams, but we do have them on ADS-B now. Because the old bird is, yeah, exactly. I'm glad that they're able to fly it out on its own, and that it's not being. Because you see, with so many of these types of planes, is they sit and they rot for like 10 years. And nobody maintains them. Nobody cares about them. They just sit there. They keep trying to sell it. And eventually the plane just falls into disrepair. And the only way to move it is to chop the wings off and put it on a car. Put it on a truck. Yeah. Yeah, flying at 1,000 feet. So it's a little bit difficult to see everyone. See the planes. Yep. I was hearing some people say that they should annually, once a year, take it up and do a bunch of runs, or even they don't have to fly it, just water taxi it. But I think their plan is to lift it up and bring it into the main part of the museum and not leave it on the water. So that'd make it pretty hard to do that. Lack of government support, yeah. Yeah, it's very, very common to maintain these whirlwind engines.
Down left hand, not below 2,000.
Whether the R3350s or something, I think. Big old radials.
Bravo Mike Oscar from Gulf, clear for takeoff on the 09. Bravo Mike Oscar, not sure how long you're planning to be down by the harbor, but there is a nose cam closing harbor.
Sell the motors too, yeah.
6:15.
It'd make a lot of sense. There is guys looking for those motors.
At any time.
Guys like Buffalo Joe up north. Millen Motors and Props, exactly, Scott. Exactly.
Okay, perfect. Just so you're aware of it, that's all. And there may be restrictions coming back in here. It won't be too long, but just so you know, you may be holding outside if you're trying to get back in.
I should probably be following them, shouldn't I? I was hoping it would automatically. But they're over Ladysmith now. So we are...
Zulu, number 1, runway 0.
We're all the way down here. So we're still a little ways away. We might have lost tracking on him. No, he just popped forward, and there he is. Yeah, I tried to do a bunch of live streams of these types of things. So the Reno ones were pretty good. You can check out the Reno the Reno live streams. The color's a little bit off on it. I've got some problems with the colors are off today as well, and I have no idea how to fix it. It's something with these Atomos recorders.
X-ray Tango Zulu, wind 110.
But you can check out
09 short.
complete coverage, day from the start of the day to the end of the day of the Reno Air Races. Check on my page. Oh, did the live stream pull up enough? Should be good. So I have a system that if the live stream fails, so if my connection, because I'm just on a Starlink, if my connection bails on me, that it will a message, and you can just the clips that I shot over the past couple of days. We should still be online. Oops. I'm gonna go and click in there and hit refresh. Oh, did it turn around? Maybe. My connection failed. Yeah.
If you can make 1-4 for exit, that's great. Ground control 121.9.
Yeah, I've got the schedule I have. Let me pull it up here. It said Nanaimo to do a video flight with the T-33 at 5:40, so that's in 20 minutes. But I think you're right. I think it is definitely ahead of schedule.
Number 1.
Yeah, with the T-33 there. I'm going to go find myself a glass of water because it is hot out here. Well, reasonably hot, 21 degrees, and I'm in the direct sun.
Julie Golf, winds 110 at 12. Clear to land, runway 09 short.
Well, my backup battery, which was running the fridge, is dead. It's fine. Sounds like a blessing, yeah. Yeah, it can get hot. I accidentally had the fridge on at -1 degrees, so my water is a block of ice right now. Where is it? So currently, it's just outside of Ladysmith, so just south of Nanaimo. So it's actually not showing as a goose. It's not showing up on any of the flight tracking sites. Its ADS-B, for whatever reason, is not working all that well. However, it does have a plane flying formation, which is the goose. That's why we're tracking the goose, so that we kind of know where it is. Where it is. So it just popped up again. So you can see those dashed lines means there's no coverage there, and suddenly there is coverage. But because they're flying together, it's good enough. All right.
Affirmative, to the Gulf, contact ground, 129.
So this is where it's doing that T-33 formation flight.
Juliet Golf, all good. Flight plan closed, down 129.
So around Crofton, I think it was Crofton they said,
27 from Whiskey.
is when it's going to connect with the Snowbirds.
09, cross runway 03, cross runway 14. Thanks. You can just do your turnaround.
That flight's such a cool plane. Yeah, I wish it could be flying. Bunch of whiny Karens. So I was just getting all the cameras here set up, and some guy across the street who lives across the street was calling bylaw to tell bylaw that there's a bunch of cars parked out here. And let me get them down a little bit. Basically complaining that there was a bunch of cars out here, and they should come and ticket everybody. And I think bylaw told him to pound sand. Who's the pilot? I don't know if they've announced it, but it's not Kermit Weeks. I don't think Kermit's up here for this. But there is one local guy, and he was going to be in the, I think, in the co-pilot seat for at least part of it. But I haven't seen anything about Kermit. I said Kermit, and someone's kid just turned around to look, like I was talking about Kermit the Frog. Peter Killen. 81 Ed Pilot. And someone else, yep. Move slightly over here. I'm going to show you guys. Show you guys kind of what's going on in the bay. All these boats out here. So none of these, like only 2 or 3 of these boats were out here this morning. And you can see just how many are out here now. People on little surfboards. It's a bit sunny over there. all these people here waiting. Transfer the other one to Pima. So we don't have any word on that one. We know the Philippine Mars is in a lot rougher shape than the Hawaii Mars. But it is entirely possible they decide to fly it. So this is Patricia Bay. Probably just when the cars move. And Rick Matthews. Yep, Peter Killen and Rick Matthews. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mike. Oh, the Canadian Air Force is here. They just love airplane engines. Yeah, it looked like they were doing some actual work on the Philippine Mars. I was only able to get a little ways away from it. Yeah, Kevin, you're late, as always. That's right. I think we started... I don't know if we started earlier. Basically, the moment I had confirmation that we had seen it and that there was some kind of tracking to start following, I went live. I'm just like, all right, done. We're good. I'm going to check something here. Properties. Oh, you know, I know why the footage is all weird. There we go. Now the video's smooth. Right. Much better.
Mike Uniform Hotel, thanks. Defense to your discretion, just continue that heading through the ferry terminal. You can join the left gate onto runway 09.
21 departed Abbotsford. KTY 21. Is it this guy? No. This guy's coming down to say hi.
Yeah, pretty big crowd.
They're talking about us. Birch Bay now. Yep. Well, that's an interesting boat. I'm going to show you guys a boat that just showed up. It's like they're assuming it's going to piss oil in the water. Honestly, I'm assuming this is a Canadian government boat. They could have sold seats for a lot of money to sit on that as it came in. They might be doing spill response on a sailboat out there. Yeah, there's an agreement where you can kind of fly, cut some corners there and stuff.
Uniform Hotel, you can set up for the long landing. Number 2 following CM
I'm not seeing any whiny Karens in here. Is Mars the green? No, Mars is one of these red guys, so it's the one I just clicked on, which is, I think, this guy right here. Yeah, and he just disappeared. So he is flying along with this guy, so he kind of comes in and out. His largest threat to the bay. The unmotorized sailboat's the largest threat to the bay. Well, looks like the Silver just motoring around. Just really on either side of the bay, all the boats. So there's all boats over here on this side, but if you look straight ahead, there's also all the other boats way over there. Look at all these guys coming out to say goodbye one last time to this plane. So this is Patricia Bay. They might have a bit of a hard time finding a good place to land, because there's a couple of neat sailboats out there too, way across the bay. 3-mast. Of course, going to be on display, but I'm guessing they won't keep them in flying condition. Yeah, so right now they haven't said what they're going to do with it. It is going to be their like centerpiece airplane, but I would be surprised if they kept it in flying condition, if I'm honest. I'd be very surprised. I think they got a $250,000 grant to bring it in, which is not enough to keep it in flying condition for sure. More flybys for the boats blocking landing zone. Exactly. See? 3D chess. Airbus Ridge. Do you know us terror range? Visit, yeah. Yep. I'm going to... so this live stream is going to remain up. Unless something weird happens, but it'll remain up, most likely. And... I'm going to make another video. So my cameras are set up for this one's set up to record in a second at 4K. The other one's only doing 24 right now, but it's just getting more of a wide angle view of the area, so less important to have that one. But it's also got limited storage on it. Yeah, I would love to see it continue flying, but I think the cost alone would be just too much. Hawaii engine is going to Philippines to fly it to Pima. That would make sense. That would make sense. Where is the plane? It is currently... So... It is right outside of Duncan right now. Museum is located in Victoria, just right off the airport. Will the Philippines keep the engines? It's hard to say. I know that they... So I've been to the... if there are, they're few and far between. I suspect what will likely happen is they'll pull the engines off. They'll pull the engines off because the engines are still good-ish. Like, they're still serviceable. So I think they'll probably pull the engines off, sell them, and bring back a bunch of that money, but we don't really know. Why are they swirling around? They're confused. They just don't know where they are. Right now, they're probably trying to form up with the Snowbirds, because right about now is when they're going to be forming it up. What, T-33? This looks like this might be a T. There it is. There's our T-33. Steamships, exactly. Yeah, the big problem with a lot of these heritage gear is that they are very, very costly. And I'd love for there to just be, you know, infinite money to keep these things alive, but... Is the plane showing on Flight Radar 24? It's in and out. It's in and out. So we see it sometimes, we see it not other times. Let's go check Flight Radar. I don't think we've actually seen the Mars at all on Flight Radar. But it is doing fairly well on ADSB Exchange. Yeah. So where was our T-33? Is this him here? CT-133 Silver Star. So the Mars is 79 years old, almost 80 years old. 6 p.m. Pacific time. Yep, that's right. It's registered as a goose. No, it's there is a goose going along with it though. So they are kind of going in different directions, but presumably that T-33 is going to catch up to it mighty quick. Oh, look at that Cessna go. Wow. Supersonic. Oh, it's not a Cessna, it's an RV-10. Yeah, way higher and way faster. Unless that's a different T-33. Which would be a little bit weird, but... Or, the other possibility is this, is that the goose is actually separated. This is too mock Jesus. It's entirely possible that the goose is separated from it. And that it's now lining up for it.
Where are you parking on the field? If you want to land long first your exit, that's the taxiway just to Diesel Tower, that is approved for me.
It's going to give him Schiffer flying way off coast. Let's go check ADSB Exchange. Oh, yeah. You found a B-17. Where? Is it here? KTY-21. Yeah, that's the one I'm following there. Yeah, so he's just turned around. And I think he's going to catch up with him. Jesus. Saw the goose fly past Couch and no Mars. Okay. So that means they're probably broken off then. There's a beaver. Speaking of... For some reason, the battery died in my one camera, which means I gotta go find another one. One moment, please.
Foxtrot, any extra crews, go what's the time on? Foxtrot, yes, any extra crews, over to ground, 1 off.
That's a little better.
1219.
Was that a CB? No, that was a goose. I think it was a goose. Looked very goose-like. Time to the Mars take off. Sometime around 3 o'clock. Connie. And so I had no idea. I had no idea who he was at the time, and he gave me a private tour of the Super Connie. It was pretty cool. Was it? Thanks, Elon. Yeah. So they're doing a low pass over the airport, and yeah, there it is. It just popped back up. So I'm assuming this T-33 is equipped with camera stuff, because they said this is particularly the camera section. So we're using kind of a combination. We're using Flight Radar 24 and ADS-B Exchange. Sometimes it tracks on one, not the other one. So we'll just keep using whichever one's working at the moment. Still shows parked at Abbotsford. Well, remember that they fly pretty quick, so, you know, it's a kind of 15-minute flight, so they're probably starting up over there. I think what they were going to do, weren't the Snowbirds going to be doing their flight, their act at the end of the day? And then moments later, and then when they're done the act, they fly straight out here to do the formation flight. I think that's what they were doing. Pull it past the moment.
And Tower Bravo, Mike Oscar, Brentwood Bay 2000.
Snowbird 01.
Brentwood Bay 09, descent to Artist Trent, Bravo, Mike Oscar.
Let's go take a look. Not seeing it on here, but let's go check Flight Radar. Looks like they do have better coverage over there. Snowbird 01. Yeah, still on the ground. CT-114. I like how the Mars is flying 45 degrees off.
Oh my God, clear to land runway 09 short, move to wing 110 at 11, good.
Clear to land 09, Mike Oscar.
It's developed a special ability of teleportation. It is the worst transponder I think I've ever seen. Other planes flying along with it are reading it, but not it. Now that kind of makes sense. I actually used to have the same problem with transponders on my airplane. Most of the time when they put a transponder on, it's under the belly of the airplane, so it gets complete coverage underneath the aircraft. But on float planes, flying boats, they have to put it underneath the wing, which means that the hull blanks it for a lot of the time. There'd be times where I'd be like 200, 300 feet off the deck, getting off my home airport, and they're like, can you cycle your transponder? I was like, it's not my transponder, it's bad positioning. So I replaced it with a better one. That thing is insanely big, yep. Yeah, I was down in Oshkosh, and there was a B-52 down there, and they had a B-2 bomber as well. Do a fly past. Why'd the stream end for you? I don't know. Up north. Okay. It does have some kind of quirks. Now it's down. I just restarted my streaming software here.
It only takes a second for an everyday item to become dangerous. Tide Pod's Child Guard hack helps keep your hacks in a safe place and your child safe. To close, twist until it clicks.
Alright, we're back. Okay, cool. I don't know what happened there. All I did is just recycle it. But did it at least give you the be right back screen?
Jazz 166 at Golf line is away from the line.
I'm getting some weird audio here.
Mike Oscar, roll all the way down to Sierra, please. Turn left 9 and off there, not too much delay on the end.
Mental. It's I literally have the Starlink sitting on top of the van, and there is definitely some obstructions up there, so I'm using a protocol that's supposed to be pretty resilient against it, but it's not perfect. It's not perfect. Oh, did it just pop in and out?
Victor Romeo Mike, descend at your discretion. Go direct to threshold of runway 09.
Keeps cutting off, eh?
Romeo Mike, keep the speed up to set 3.
Let me check something.
Call Mike Oscar ground now.
Stream health.
Jazz 136, runway heading on departure, and departure frequency is 125.905. Call them through 1,000, the wind 110 at 11, clear for
I wonder if that's on. Can't be on YouTube's end. Try refreshing my studio, YouTube studio. It says it's active here, so. What's that ad on the bottom? I have no idea. Is the goose in the water? No, it landed. There was a goose here that landed a short while ago, and it landed on land. So I haven't seen anything land on water here yet. All these ads. Oh. There's a T-33. So I am sitting like right here. So that's where we're broadcasting from. And it's back. For a short period, anyways. Mars is pushing 3,200 knots. I am at the landing site, yep. So we should be able to catch the landing. The Mars hasn't landed yet.
Parking on the field. Victor Romeo Mike just going to the Spitfire grill. Victor Romeo Mike, okay. Start clear to land, runway 09 shorten, with 110 at 12. Clear to land, 09 shorten, Victor Romeo Mike. Encore 34, 31, you with me?
Is the radio a pretty good volume for you guys? Too loud, too quiet?
Your altitude restriction is canceled. Just start pulling back on the speed, please. You're number 2, you're following slow traffic, 2 miles final.
Mars does need a new transponder, that's for sure. It's all good? Perfect. Touch quiet, but not a bad thing, yeah. Yeah, I had that problem when I was doing the Oshkosh arrival. So I was sitting out at Fisk watching everybody rock their wings, and we were judging them on their ability to rock their wings. And I had the radio way too high for a little while. Didn't even realize until someone pointed it out. So just want to make sure it's not overwhelming. Now airborne, perfect. So we have the Snowbirds en route. Code name for radar tracker. So ADSB exchange, and you can look up. It is C. So Charlie Foxtrot Lima Yankee Lima. So Charlie Foxtrot Lima Yankee Lima. Directly north of Orcas, headed west. Let's go check these guys out. Snowbird 1 doing its thing. It's exciting. Yeah, exactly. Why does it cut out when it gets to an interesting point? Either way, I will be recording on both cameras. I'm going to cut together something of the landing. It is going to fly over Victoria downtown as well. Yes, that's correct.
Alright, we checked. Appreciate that. We got him on TCAS on 5350.
So there's some helicopters out here doing helicopter things. That'll be these guys. They're getting some aerial photography, apparently. Convoy air tractors in the northeast. Nothing dotted lines, yeah.
Runway as quick as you can, please. Exit right on runway 21. Your next right, no delay. Ground 129. Encore 3431, I'll have your landing clearance at a mile final, 1 to exit.
Alright, check that 340.
Way across the whole line, main breakfast. 1.3431, the wind 110 at 12 knots. North land, runway 09 short.
Land 09 short, now, course 3431.
Encore coming in. So Pima is taking the Philippine Mars, and the BC Aviation Museum is taking this Hawaii Mars. Join up Snowbirds, yeah.
The backtrack to this place special is approved. Flies ready.
Yeah, the Snowbird. We should see the Snowbirds around here as well. Yep.
3431 exit. Here or there, ground 129 off.
See if I can find these helicopters.
Skyway 3369, one backtrack on the message departure of your right 130, bound for the 6 is unchanged.
Right 130.
That was 3369, that is all correct.
Snowbirds over Birch Bay.
Hey, you are cleared to take off runway 09 short with 110 at 12, departure in the
Decided to go south, yep. Let's see if we can find these guys. Snowbirds. There they are. Snowbird doing snowbird things. Oh, look at this. They're basically following the shore all along these islands. Oops. And those are Snowbirds. I wish I could track two at once, but news lost the Mars. Yes, we will see footage. We will see footage. I've got cameras set up. We should definitely catch it. But for now, we're just sitting here and waiting, because unfortunately, I don't have a jet that I can follow it around with. We can, eh? Can. Follow. Mr. High IQ. I don't know about that. Pat Bay Highway northbound is nuts. Yeah, I'm set up here to that I can stay. It's gonna take me like a half hour, 45 minutes to tear things down. But I'm gonna be able to stay here for a while. So I'm gonna wait for all the traffic to clear out and do their thing, and then tomorrow I'm gonna start catching the ferry back home. Beacon has live YouTube. Yeah, they do as well. Yep. We are right here at the landing spot, so we're going to catch footage as well. It's under View Map, Select, Multi-Select. Oh. Selecty, and that looks like a Snowbird. Amazing! Thank you. Still got the Dodge van. Actually, it's a Sprinter 2500, so I got to get it back. A friend of mine let me borrow it for a few weeks to go down to Oshkosh and then out here, and it's going to go back on the market as soon as it gets back. So I got to clean out the whole thing. Kind of smells like farts, so might be a good idea. Record their radio transmissions with the Mars. I'm going to do my best to find their radio transmissions, and we'll be broadcasting those here. So that's why you guys have been able to hear some radio chatter. Where is my radios? There it is. So you can see here. Here's the international arrivals. But here's the terminal frequency. And we've just been listening to Tower up until now. So, hey, Sean. Just let him back. OG Sean, it is. It is. I've got to draw some people's, someone's name in the sky. So I'm gonna have to do that draw here when I get back to Edmonton and draw somebody's name in the sky for one subscriber. So I think it'll be pretty cool. Basically, be able to look at on flight radar, see your name in the sky. Port Moody, welcome in, Jeremy.
From Hotel, maintain 2000, clear down the left, runway 09. And do your best to keep the speed up, please.
And analytics. Yeah, imagine complaining about a free live stream. Like, yeah, okay. I think so, Sean. I think you're the only paid subscriber.
Uniform Hotel Alpha, where you parking on the field, remind me? Uniform Hotel Alpha, how would you feel about
Yeah, well, I just keep blocking Kevin over and over. It's hilarious.
the Mars, it's like we've seen on runway 14 pretty quick if you like that. 120 to 11, gusting 17 in favor of that one.
Got flying underneath. Very cool. Very cool. Not quite near Sydney, no. No. Time, no chat. Thanks for putting up with the chat video. Yep. Physical. So they're getting pretty close together here. Shout out from Florida. Welcome in, Florida.
Thank you from Delta, descending your discretion, cleared left base, runway 14, keep the speed up, please.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see it a few times because it's going to do a flyover of Victoria, which is just south.
Uniform Hotel Alpha,
So if you look at the cameras, we're kind of looking west, south, kind of southwest. And if you look to the left, that's where Victoria is going to be. So they're going to be doing some stuff across here, and we will catch their landing for sure. Big potatoes. Out of the water. Yeah. Lake Mary. I guess that's Salt Spring Island, isn't it? Yeah, CFL. FLYL. Unfortunately, their ADS-B is not great. So we've been trying to track it, but it keeps popping in and out. If we check ADS-B exchange here, so we know it's flying with the T-33, but it's just not showing up. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's a bit of a pain. But right now we are waiting for what's probably the T-33 here, as well as the Snowbirds to get up. Washington State. Well, Washington State is like 100K from here, 100 kilometers. Yeah. One of our years ago, yep. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say stories about things, about the Mars, things like the Kelowna wildfires, and how when they saw it coming in, they knew things were going to get under control real quick. Super sad that it's not still able to be used. Where are the Snowbirds? So if you look on the screen there, the Snowbirds are the ones on the right. SNBD 01. That's our Snowbirds. I am set up on Patricia Bay on the very north side of it. I got solar panels all set up, so and a big ass battery, radios, software-defined radios. 81% power. We have another 8 hours 56 minutes of power remaining. I don't think we're going to need all that. Don't think we're going to be here for 8 hours. I think someone's found our live stream down on the beach. Yeah, Snowbirds. I've seen them a couple times the past few years here. So they were in, they were up in Cold Lake, and then I saw them again here this year in at Oshkosh. So I've got a bunch of footage about that. Actually, that's the next video I've got. I'm in the middle of working on is about how to install fireworks on an airplane for the night show. A friend of mine does the night show with his airplane, and he showed me all about how he preps and gets his plane ready for the night show.
From Hotel Alpha, exit left at the end, and
Suppressors here, yep. Philippine Mars, awesome.
Uniform Delta traffic.
That would be pretty cool.
The end of 14 there onto Sierra. You are clear to land, runway 14, the wind 120, 11, gust of 17. Okay, clear land, 114, close out.
Yeah, I hope I catch her too, yeah. Snowbirds are here. Yeah, it looks like they're just forming up. Watching from Saskatchewan. Well, welcome in, Saskatchewan.
Uniform Delta, just confirm you are lined up for runway 14.
Pusher prop, baby brother of the Mars. Yes, yeah, they do. Yeah, my plane is a Lake Buccaneer, and it's also pusher prop. Kind of similar type of thing, just a lot smaller.
You are clear to land, runway 21.
Radio chatter. So let's see if we can find their radio chatter. I don't think we're going to be able to get their radio chatter because they're so far away right now. But we will have their radio when they get closer, for sure. Yeah, the most since Reno, for sure, yeah.
Uniform Delta, switch to ground now, 1219, no short show.
So let's see if we can find... I think this is international arrivals. Surrey ground. I'm not seeing any chatter on any of the side frequencies, so that means they're probably just out of range. Let's go back to tower here. I'll see what's going on in internationals.
Negative will be by count. Flinger Uniform Delta, roger. Left turn Sierra, hold short of runway...
Free, expect forward, active path. A mile north.
Buccaneer under a bucket hat. Ah.
Jet 163, I know you're working hard. Just keep it as quick as you can for as long as you can. You are clear to land runway 09 short with 110 at 12.
Well, yes, check point 6, yeah, that's what it is.
We don't need any more of... Whoops. Don't need any more of this guy. Add user. Perfect. Well, enjoying my coverage. Thank you very much, William. Fake. My detour to Sprout Lake. Yeah, it was. It's my first time ever being out here to this part of the island, or Sprout Lake part of the island. So we're getting pretty close. You were the streamer I found myself watching obsessively rah-rah pull their feed. Yes. Yep, that was me. Yeah, when the feed went down at Reno, I was out there streaming. Fitting, but it's smoky. But yeah, yeah, it's. I was lucky enough to have some spare time, and I just boogied on out here. And I said, you know what? I had a choice, right? I could just film stuff, or, you know, I had enough gear with me. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go live. Just gonna go live.
Snowbird 1, Phoenix 2, dash traffic a mile final out your clearance here short.
Could be. It might be. Let's see if we're getting Mars on here. Oh, Snowbirds aren't even showing up on ADSP Exchange. Very interesting. Do you have video? I do. Yeah, I've got a bunch of video from Sprout Lake. Unfortunately, so Coulson hasn't been very communicative about when things were happening. So I was basically camping out for like hours and hours at a time just to get 30 seconds worth of clips. Some of my footage is all right. Some of it's kind of crap, but I made do with what I got.
The low approach is approved, that's correctly out to Sierra, and right turn out at your discretion at altitude also.
Yeah, we'll have video of landing, yep. We do have a live video. Yeah, we got lots of live video. It's just there's nothing to see right now, unfortunately. However, there is a T-33 coming in. So let's go see if we can see it come in. Yeah. There they are. Oh, that was gorgeous. Where's cam 2? Cam 2, cam 1. Fuck it, we'll do it live. That was fantastic. They were right overhead. Here first, yep.
Snowbird 1, you can climb at your discretion.
Yeah, we saw them on by. Still got smoke. Smoke in the air. Yeah. Yeah, it would have been really cool if they did the entire BC area, but unfortunately they had some limitations. Remember just how expensive the thing is to run per hour. It's a lot of money. Call that the money shot. Yep. Now they've been doing those little taxis up and down, and I almost bought one. It was like, all right, well, at $5,000 or $15,000 per seat, it's not going to sell out immediately. So I'm going to think about it for a couple days, and then I got an email that they'd all sold out. I was like, oh, I should have just did it.
Pasco 5038, bridge line, runway 09 short, wind 120 at 12.
Wait, line 09, Pasco 153.
Don't find another cams? Well, there's nothing to see from where we are. A lot of limitations. That's why they're fit for the museum, yeah. Yeah, exactly. The fuel and oil for this bill is probably 10 grand just to do this flight. Not to mention all. And you know what? I think we finally see it. We did see it for a second. Come on, click. Alright, well. Yeah, 10,000 horsepower is 100K an hour. Wouldn't be surprising at all. 75 gallons per engine per hour. Good lord. Yeah, that's like $500 an hour right there. Arizona National Guard colors. Could be from Arizona then. Come on, flight radar. There we go. They don't flex much. Very rugged airframe. Yes, they are. They are very, very rugged airplanes.
Aqua 3183, Victoria Tower, hello, runway 09 shorten, so with 120 at 11, gusting 17, altimeter's 294, your altitude restriction is canceled, you're now number 1. Restriction is canceled, and we're number 1 on course 31.
So I think while everybody else here is packing up at the end of the day, first thing I'm going to do is
Aqua 3183, traffic, there will be...
I'm actually going to see if I can find their audio right now.
There will be at between 1,000 and 1,500 feet, they'll be north of your approach at all times. Check our marking on course 3183. And tower. Pass 1538, Sierra, cross runway 32, to the end.
See if we can get some radio. Yeah, 737 Max. Prep and flight out to Oshkosh, a bunch of great footage. Yeah, I remember seeing a bunch of that stuff back in that day. What SDR? So I'm actually running the Hack RF, mostly because it's got 20 megahertz worth of bandwidth on it, so I can effectively just use it and scan the entire frequency range. I'm not limited to just a couple megahertz. Design the building would have believed it would make its last flight of 79 years. Yep. So they said they're going to fly it over Victoria and then bring it in. They're a little bit vague. So let's see. 6:15, first pass over Pat Bay and Victoria Airport, then East Coast Saanich Peninsula. Downtown Victoria, back along the east coast of Victoria Airport. So 6:30. So they should be here in the next 5 or 6 minutes. And then it's a low pass over Victoria, runway 32 by BC Aviation Museum. Turn right over Satellite Channel landing off runway 27. Got a great shot. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, its ADS-B is not working very well. So 7 o'clock is the Pat Bay landing, which will be in about 35 minutes here. Part of our history, yeah, exactly. Well, when they sold it to Coulson, one of the stipulations was that they donate it to one of the museums, and I think it was specifically the Victoria Museum.
Retro 613, traffic is 12 o'clock now, about 5 miles up right, stepping out of 28th Street.
I could tune into the BC Aviation one, but then that I don't really want to just rebroadcast their stream. So. Heading to Pat Bay now? Yep.
Yeah.
Wish we had...
Single Papa Whiskey, you can turn forward, active pass at your discretion. Just pass on the south side, please.
The ship, get home at Pima. Yeah, Pima is a really, really cool museum. If you haven't ever been, I would highly recommend it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so people are saying that they're probably going to take the engines off of the Hawaii Mars and put it on the Philippine Mars, and that's how they'd probably fly it down there. But there's also a very real possibility that they just take it apart and kind of drive it down. Some amazing shots as she's dropping them. Yeah, yeah. I found some really cool footage of bomber. Snowbirds are actually really quiet. Oh, what do we got here? It's our first landing today. It's like a 180? Can't hear the birds on the museum feed, yeah. They might just not have audio pipe through. They might just be doing video. So I'm at the landing site. So Patricia Bay. With the float plane. Yeah, I was going to get my plane up and ready because it needed some test flying, and then I had to get it through the mountains and out here and do some water landings, and it was just the time frame is too compressed. And I said I'm not gonna risk it. Yeah, the Mars is really, really loud. In a good way. I was lucky enough to be out on the lake while they were doing some taxis up there the other day. Rattles your windows. So it looks like so it's out here. It's coming back around. And did what? Did the stream bail again? We have had a couple problems with that today. Snowbirds are separate. Fair enough. Or outside would watch it, and then you go to your neighbor and go back. Yeah.
1 Victor Papa, climb 16,000. Folks maintain 116,000 at 1 Victor Papa.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, if I had the amount of money they were bringing in for it, they could have temporarily fitted a Starlink on the top of it and done a live stream from the entire stream, the entire flight. But unfortunately, didn't do that. Open the roof of the bomber. So I think the regular one wouldn't work for them because I think it has a speed limit, but the high performance one definitely would. They're like $3,500 for a company like Coulson. That's probably nothing. probably didn't see it. Yeah. Yeah, just for a single flight. I think it probably would have been. That's out the box thinking. Could use that. Yeah. I'm sure Coulson has plenty of use for things like that, but on on the regular, especially when firefighting, right? Snowbirds, we have Swiss and Uncle living in Canada, Stock, Ontario. Ah, very cool. I don't really know where that is.
Sir, General Pasco 1859 is off Nanaimo, 1,500 climbing, 3,000.
Pasco 1859, Victory Kilometer, identifying time 16,000.
I don't have a link to it, so if you want that, you can search for it, I suppose. All right, so it looks coming back across. So I don't know if we're going to see this pass because I think they're coming up. I think it's coming across. I think they said it was like runway 23 or something.
Pasco 1859, passing 5,500, flying heading 120 meters, welcome.
Pasco 5,500, heading over 120, Pasco 100.
Yeah, left Port Alberni. So she's going to be just flying overhead right about now. See if we get anything on the camera. Yeah, they're apparently right behind us. This pretty much flew right back over here. Right back behind us over there. So, fortunately, didn't see anything. Swim out, get some coverage. Snowbirds just left James Bay. So I think we're getting pretty close to them doing the landing. Yeah, they've got. I think they've got several cameras set up. I'm just a guy in a van. That's. Yeah, Snowbird separate. Yeah, Snowbird separated a little while ago. So there's the Snowbirds right there. I assume that camera, the T-33, has a live feed from it, eh? Down by a river somewhere. Yep, living under a bridge. Alright, so I'm going to switch over. I'm going to grab the chat so I can see it. And then we're going to go see... There's T-33. I hope no crash landing. Come by downtown, fair enough. Let's get the landing here of this T-33 very least. Jeez, Sean. There's the Snowbirds. Ever so slightly behind the trees.
Level 2000, cutting the visual for runway 16.
Let's go 3025, Victoria, turn roll the altimeter, 293 feet, on the left, we have the field time.
I checked that, yeah, we do have the field in Texas, so 3025.
3025, there's visual 1. Visual Kilo Charlie, Victoria, turn roll the fall, translate to 5 again.
Amazing. Oh, jeez. I missed it. I didn't realize it was with them. I thought they'd separated. I've got it on the other camera at least, so. Yeah. Heard a landing. Focused on the Snowbirds. I feel bad. Yes. Oh man, I really want to get that footage. Oh well. I thought the Snowbirds are going to fly over, and then it was going to land after that, but nope. Missed by that much. That's all right. I'm going to pull the footage off the other camera, and I'll post that probably the next. Well, as soon as we end the live stream, then I'll post that footage. The shiny thing over there, yeah. On the bottom right when I switch the cam. Oh. Snowbirds. Discord better see the footage first.
Snowbird 126 for return to flying right hand, go ahead.
Discord link doesn't work? Unable to accept invite. Okay. I will, I'll have to fix that. Let me go and grab... There we go. That should be a good Discord link. Ah. Finally in a resting spot? Yep. I shall never fly again, yeah. That's the saddest part of it. Ah, Microsoft Edge issue. Fair enough. Tanker boat to fuel it. Yeah, and thanks everyone for stopping in and watching with me. Sorry I missed the landing there, but I will have footage up from the other camera, which is this angle. So I'll have that up a little bit later tonight. As soon as the stream ends, I'm going to go and download that footage. Yes, so she can move backwards. So the inner two propellers... The inner two propellers actually have reversing mechanisms, so they can actually go into beta and do reverse. Which is presumably what they're doing right now. Just kind of like a little demonstration. Yep. Yeah, some variable pitch propellers can't go backwards, but the ones on the inner two engines can, and the outer two apparently can't. So that's how it's able to go and back up. to dock this monstrosity. Sophia, why do you keep wanting to say hi? Till the end. Can't go backwards. We can only wish. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So when I was looking to replace my propeller, it was $25,000 for a brand new one, or $30,000 for the same propeller but with a reverse capability. And I was like, I don't really need that. But it is very nice to have. Should we just kind of poking out the front? Yeah, Rob. I know. See just the little tippy top of it. Sorry?
Hotel Kilo Charlie, cleared on right.
From Switzerland. People from all over the world tuning in to see all about these. It's able to turn like, they're turning it 180 degrees in space in position. Team coverage. Back up and easy. That's actually one of the annoying things about this van, is that it does actually have a beeper when you back up. It's trying to be stealthy at night, find a place to sleep in, and yeah. Cool. They're searching for something. I think they're just demonstrating its kind of maneuverability and stuff, just kind of showing people what it can do. I think the engine's just shut down. Everyone's out here honking their horns. Yeah, mooring buoy. Trying to catch a rope. Yeah, they were having problems catching ropes all week. Every time I saw them taxiing around there, took a couple shots at it. Let's see if we can get anything from the radio. Nothing going on the radio. all the other people heading out. I think that's going to be it. So now, figuring out how to do, is there like a raid command on this thing? Share, highlight, delay ads, insert ads. Now they're towing it. She walks backwards, Jesus. Comments and raising, customization. There we go, redirect. Let's go. I can't find any of my own videos. Alright, well, whatever. Yeah, hopefully they take good care of it, and we'll be able to actually go and take a look around it. I got the chance to check out the Spruce Goose a couple years ago down in Everett, Washington, just on the other side of the border. But I think that's going to be it. Thanks everyone for stopping in, all 18,000 of you. We were well over 1,000 for a while there, and yeah, thanks for all stopping in. And we